Hey there, comic fans. This is Comic Fan with, once again, another fine episode of The Humble Haul. Oh, man, we did a lot of shopping, or actually I did. I went to a couple places, got a couple of random acts of kindness, worked at a convention, did Wondercon last weekend. A lot of work, but a lot of fun, and of course, a lot of books. So let's go ahead and start this off. I want to start with something that has been postponed for quite a number of episodes. A random act of kindness by a fellow YouTube. You guys know him as Tom Ryan. I know him as Tom Ryan. Tom Ryan gave me some cool stuff. He gave me one of these preachers. That was issue number 24, signed by Garth Ennis. Oh man, I'm really surprised when I got this in the mail. Thank you very much, Tom. Much appreciated. A little delayed. Sorry about that, but I kept on forgetting about it. I knew it was in my stack, and I knew eventually I had to show it. So thank you once again, Tom Ryan. Excellent. Okay, I went to a comic book store. Let's see. Before the show, I picked a couple of these up. Batman number 21. First appearance of the new Robin, Duke Thomas. That was cool. Had 3 of them in his bin. Didn't mind taking everyone off his hands. Alright, had another eBay purchase. My only eBay purchase this time in this episode would be X-Men number 111. This is an amazing cover. I've always wanted it, by Cockrum and Austin. I just love this cover. Fell in love with it the moment I saw it. I can't wait to read it. It's great stuff. Got an arcade there on the front with a variety of freaks in a freak show. That's awesome. Love it. I think that one only cost me $10. $10 shipped. Great stuff. I went back to my hole-in-the-wall place I visited in my last episode. Didn't have the selection I was looking for before, but I got about 2 books. Not bad. Got him Spider-Woman number 37. First appearance of Siren. How could I go wrong with that? That's cool. Got it for $1. And then, little Mr. Ace Paulus Peter turned me on to this one. Man-Thing number 3. First appearance of the original Fool Killer. I actually went and got this book for him. And then when I flipped through it, I said, wow, I got to get one for myself. So, Gene Paulus Peter, this one's for you. What I didn't notice and what I showed him, I'll show you guys, is that on the inside of this is a little signature. Steve Gerber. Very cool. Love it. But anyway, Gene Paulus Peter, that one's for you. Oops. Let's get back in action there. All right, and then came the Wondercon haul. Wondercon haul is the majority of the stack there. Funny thing was, another random act of kindness by one of my viewers I met at the show. Who would have known that, I would meet one of my viewers? The funny thing is, I've known this guy for quite a long time. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he goes by the name of Sean. Sean and I went and did a little shopping. He gave me a couple of my books to finish some of my run. He gave me Catwoman, When in Rome, number 1. Awesome. Loved it. Along with that, he gave me 2 more. Two of them from Batgirl Year 1. This is number 4. And number 1. Excellent. Thank you so much, Sean. I really appreciate it. Okay. While at the show, I got something I've always needed to get. I passed it up quite a few times, but I knew this time I actually had to take one home with me. A no-prize book. I see it all the time. I always thought these were a little bit more rare than they actually were. But no, actually you can find them pretty easy out in the wild or on eBay or what have you. That's a really fun thing. I liked it. This basically, somebody was awarded a no-prize book if you were able to stump an editor at Marvel or some kind of trivia thing. And that was kind of funny, you're kind of stacked up against the odds if you're going up against Marvel themselves. So the funny thing is, if you actually stump them, you get this. It's got little fun things of trivia and stuff like that. So, on with my shopping. Found the Shogun Warriors #1, $3. That's always fun. And along with that, a #2 and #3, all $3 each. Let's see, here's a little bit more. This one has been eluding me for quite a while. Not so much because I couldn't find it, but because I wasn't willing to pay the price. This one is full of hype for no apparent reason. It's the first appearance of Vindicator, X-Men #109. For some reason, people want extraordinary amounts of money for this that I'm not willing to pay. But it's a great, great issue. I love it. I can't believe it took me this long to actually get it. It's about mid-grade. Who cares? Most of my books are mid-grade in this haul anyway, so I'm not really concerned about that. But, I would take this in a mid-grade for $15 any day. All right, and Astonishing Tales #6. Once again, people are telling me that this is the first appearance of Bobby Morse. I've flipped through this thing about 5 or 6 times. I cannot find her. I'm going to read the whole thing through. And maybe it's just somebody who's not mentioned. I know there's a scared girl running off in one of the stories. Perhaps that's her. I'm not sure. If you guys want to enlighten me on that, by all means, please do, because it's driving me crazy. Okay, now, here's something with a little more meat on it. Action Comics #280. It's a brilliant Brainiac issue with the I believe it's also got an origin tale of Supergirl that's retold in this issue. It's really cool. I've always wanted this, just for the cover alone. I've always wanted it. Either the condition wasn't right or the price was too much. I got this for $8. It's about a mid-grade as well. No big deal. It's got a J written on it. No big deal. A little bit of soiling at the top corner. I can deal with it. For $8? Yeah. Heck yeah. All right. Also, got this for half price. Hanna-Barbera Scooby-Doo #1. Got it for $10. It's just something that was in a box. I've always enjoyed cartoon comics, as you guys know. This was just another addition to my collection. Very cool. And also with that, I got a Fantastic Four #33. First appearance of Atuma. Yes, it is a huge crease there. Don't care. There's other imperfections other than that. There's a lot of rotting here in the corner. But you know what? I basically want it for the story. And for $6, I really couldn't be... How could you go wrong with that? You'd be pretty dumb to leave that in a box, right? Another mid-grade, great stuff here. Fantastic Four, King Size Special #5. First appearance of, I believe, first appearance of Psycho Man. Yes, first appearance of Psycho Man. More importantly, the first Silver Surfer solo story is in this. Great stuff. I can't wait to read this. This was another recommendation by Gene Paulus Peter. You know what? I just realized I called you Ace Paulus Peter, didn't I, before? My bad. You guys know him as Gene Paulus Peter, and I stand corrected. You guys, I'll probably edit this out later, but if I don't, you get it. All right. And while we're talking about Gene Paulus Peter, like I said, I had to take his word for it. I had to get one of these myself, so I picked this up at the show as well for $3. I'm going to see a lot of $3 issues in here. I saved a lot of money on this one. And, I spent a lot of money too. You'll see. All right. Also, Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch #1. Like I said, I like my cartoon books. Hanna-Barbera, it's my favorite. Not a bad thing. Love it. Okay. Little bit more spending money here. I got this for $30. The Amazing Spider-Man #46. First appearance of the Shocker. A classic Spider-Man book. I've had this on my list for quite a while, just like, most people do, and I finally picked it up. I'm pretty proud of myself. $30, couldn't go wrong with that. Excellent pickup for me. All right, here's another thing that's been on my list for quite some time. Batman number 200. This actually, if I remember correctly, and I talked about this with another comic book collector, also talked about it with Rocket Comics, and I think they can confirm along with me that this is the first reprinting of Detective 27. If I remember correctly. If you guys think I'm wrong, please, by all means, correct me. But it's an awesome issue. First, Neil Adams cover art. Neil Adams was at the show. I didn't really have time. I was working at the show. And I'm just grateful to have the book. Last two books here. I've got one of my grails, A Pogo Possum number 1 by Walt Kelly. Love this issue. It's one of my favorite characters. I've always wanted this. Couldn't find it. But then again, I never really searched hard enough to get it. I basically, because if I looked for it, I think I was going to be intimidated by the price. Not so much by this one. I got this one for half off. This was $27.50. $27.50. That's all it took. I pulled the trigger, took it home with me. And finally, this is the one that cost me a little bit more money. X-Men number 12, first appearance of Juggernaut. It's something I've always wanted, and I've had it before. The only problem was I sold it, and I've been regretting it ever since. Up until now, I finally have it. It's got vibrant colors, minimal spine ticks. It's just got a heck of a wicked spine crease there, which I'm more than happy with. I don't mind it at all. So that's it. That's my little haul. Actually, that's probably one of my biggest hauls, right? It's one of my hauls for the Humble Haul. And if you guys didn't see my last video before this, I went and showed off my little backdrop there, done by Eddie the Comic Guy. I think he did a great job. Can you believe this? I'm in love with this thing. I cannot thank Eddie enough for this new backdrop. He went and did his little thing, his little style. He went and put in my name on my channel, the origin of the Humble Haul. I love it. So I'll leave you with that. Until next time, happy hunting, guys. This is Comicfan. We'll see you later.